So we really are excited to share this opportunity with you all and to just give you an opportunity of how much we appreciate each one of you all volunteering for our programs over the year, since this has been a very challenging year. I want to encourage you all, if you have an opportunity, to look at the welcome address in our program brochure, along with our welcome address from our board chairman, Mr. John Gary. So now we're going to move forward and introduce LaCosta Ivy, our Community Action Network coordinator. Thank you.
Welcome each and every one of you to our virtual volunteer appreciation. We are so very glad that you are here. And we just want to let you know that we appreciate your hard work, your dedication, and your service. It does not go unnoticed. We just want you all to just sit back and relax and just enjoy the program. And again, we thank you for everything that you've done to make a difference in the lives of others. And so right now we want to turn it over to Rhonda. She will go over our housekeeping rules. Again, you're welcome and enjoy the program.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am going to go over some of the housekeeping rules before we move on to our speaker. Okay, so as you guys heard, the meeting is being recorded. Each participant will be emailed the recording along with a copy of the program if you haven't received it yet, and the PowerPoint that we are doing during the presentation. We will also be sending out certificates of completion and a survey, and everybody that fills out the survey will be entered into a drawing for a chance to win $100. All of those dates are in the program on when the survey is due, when we will do the drawing, and when we will notify you. We will be monitoring the chat box throughout the program, so if you have any technical difficulties, if you can't hear us, or if the picture doesn't look right or anything like that, just let us know in the chat box, and as soon as we see it, we will do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. We ask that everybody stay muted while our speaker is talking. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat box. And then after she is done speaking, we will facilitate those questions before we move on to the volunteer awards and the client awards. So next, I want to introduce our guest speaker. Her name is Brianna Alexander, and she is going to be talking to us today about volunteerism. Okay.
All right.
I see you. Okay, there you. I couldn't see you during my screen share. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. We are so glad you could join us.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Perfect. You should be good to go.
All righty.
Looks great.
Perfect. All right.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. No problem at all. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for that warm welcome, Rhonda. And I thank you and Miss Cynthia Dean for extending the invitation for me to speak today. I'm so excited to be here this afternoon. I was almost too excited, y'all. I'm on the East Coast, so I logged in an hour early on accident, but I'm excited to be here this afternoon and in celebration of your commitment, your dedication, and your perseverance as volunteers this year. When I found out the theme for today's event, I was thrilled because I just found it so fitting in relation to what we've experienced this year. So I'm sure last year, this time, you were likely sitting in a beautiful banquet hall for an event such as this one. And we would have never guessed that an N95 mask would soon be a part of our daily wardrobe, or that our family cruise or family outing that's usually annual would end up experiencing its first year. So much has been put into perspective for all of us this year, especially as individuals who are constantly on the front lines in our communities working to alleviate and eradicate social disparities. We've had to reevaluate and reimagine our community engagement efforts in order to protect ourselves, our families, and those that we serve and support. So this doesn't have to be a bad thing, though. This year, we've had the opportunity to be creative with our programming and events and learn about Zoom features that we didn't even know existed, because I know I may be speaking for myself, but I remember when I realized how the polling feature worked. But today, I want to take some time out to talk to you all about some moments that we all experience as volunteers. But first, I want to know a little bit about some of your favorite moments as volunteers. So I would like for everyone who's on the call that has their cell phone in their hand to go to menti.com, menti.com, and put in this particular code. And I want you to tell me what your favorite moment was as a volunteer this year, despite all that we have faced and in the circumstances that we were dealt. We still had a great year as far as volunteerism. So if you could go to that website and type in your favorite memory or your favorite moment, I will share it on the screen. So I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to do that. I'll try to play some music for you. Don't know if you can hear it, but I am going to share some of your favorite moments. So as soon as you go to the website, if you need me to go back to that slide, just let me know. I will let you know the code. I would love for you to type in one of your favorite memories, or if you want to come off mute and tell me your favorite moment of this year, you can also do that.
Brianna, okay. For anybody that's calling in, if you have access on your phone, Brianna, if you will pull the slide back up really fast, I'm going to tell them the code.
Sure.
So the website is menti.com. And then when you pull it up, you'll see the CAN logo. I have it up on my phone right now. And then the code is 9191599.
Yeah, you can just type in whatever your favorite moment was this year. Would love to share it on the screen so that we can kind of all talk about what some of our favorite moments were. I know it's a little different with us being virtual, but I definitely want you all to have the opportunity to share. I'll try to pull it back up. Getting to help others in the community. Yes, we're going to talk a lot about that today. So I'm glad to see that as one of your favorite memories. Helping those transitioning back into the community. Yes, that is why we are here. My son's first birthday. Oh, happy birthday. That is fantastic. Feel free to share. I'll give you guys a few more moments to do that. Thank you all for participating. I definitely wanted to make sure that you all were here with me. So I do appreciate that. And we can certainly go back to that slide. So if you guys have anything you want to share, go ahead and still feel free to type that in. So now that I know a few of your favorite moments, I want to talk about 5 moments that we all experience as volunteers as we navigate tirelessly to meet the needs of our communities. And in your case, where you guys are working to ensure that as a community, we reduce infant mortality and build healthy families in the Boot Hill area, the first moment that I want to talk to you about are those life-altering moments. How did you get here? What experience in your life led you to decide that this is the type of organization and mission that you wanted to support? There are over 1.5 million nonprofit organizations in the United States with missions ranging from saving the killer whales to college readiness to ending poverty. But we are all here bonded because we have a shared love and passion for ensuring that the health of our community members is a priority and remains a priority. So we all have that moment that in our life that connects us to the mission. Think about that moment. And for many of us, it's a moment that we couldn't forget if we even tried. So let's remember that that moment has led you to dedicating years of your time to making measurable and sustainable impact in the communities that you love the most. I'll quickly tell you the story that led me to even taking interest in the nonprofit space, specifically in volunteer engagement, because a random fact about me, I actually was accepted to college as a clinical laboratory science major. And the only reason why I even put that on my application at the time was because I had an obsession with CSI. So anyway, I come from a huge family. My father has 13 siblings. So yes, I have a ton of cousins, and some of you on the call may be my cousin as well. For the majority of my life, one of my late uncles was always experiencing homelessness. He was always living on the street, and when we would go visit him, there was a certain spot in downtown that we would go visit him at. Now, I'm from Detroit, so these weren't always the warmest streets, and I know you guys as Midwesterners understand as well. But I remember asking my dad, why couldn't he come live with us? And he said he doesn't want to. And I said, well, how does he eat? And he said he has everything that he needs. And I'm like, how does he get clothes? And he said that he has everything that he needs. So I will say early on, I understood the importance of getting your education, getting a job, and taking care of yourself. But later on, I learned that he was surviving and thriving, in his opinion, off the generosity of volunteers. And that was through food, money, and clothing donations. So in my current role in volunteerism, I find it very important to educate volunteers on the bigger picture when it comes to working with marginalized communities. So yes, we want to help people that need help in the moment, but we must also invest our time in our communities to ensure that we're putting people on the road to self-sufficiency. So my experience with my own family member was a life-altering moment that has led me to where I am today. There's probably a life-altering moment that has led you here as well. So seeing an issue in the community and simply deciding that you want to be a part of the change is great. But when you're working towards that change, what happens when it doesn't turn out how you expect it? Then we have discouraging moments. There are moments where we may feel unsure of ourselves and our commitment. Sometimes we're so excited to jump in, and we've crafted the picture perfect community outreach strategy in our minds, but it's not what you expected at all. Those moments of discouragement can be as a result of a partnership not becoming as fruitful as you expected it to be, spending hours planning a workshop for only a few people to attend, or it could be that you have a ton of things going on in your personal life that are preventing you from performing as your best as a volunteer. And so these moments happen and we can't avoid them, but those moments should not distract you from your why. They should put you in a position to feel more encouraged to do the work. Uh-oh, can you all still hear me?
I can hear you still.
Okay, perfect. I thought I fell out for a minute.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, great. Like I said, these moments happen. You can't avoid them, but they shouldn't distract you from your why. And so it's important as volunteers to support one another and be vigilant of one another when we may be experiencing these moments. So when you do that and you focus on not only navigating through those discouraging moments, but being vigilant of others, it leads you to growth moments. When you make a commitment to your community and you vow, that means you vow to evolve with your community as well. So needs change daily, as many of you know. Situations change daily, and as amazing volunteers, we must be ready and willing to pivot in order to get the job done. I'll tell you all a little bit about one of my more comical growth moments in my current position as the Director of Volunteerism at United Way. I've been at United Way for 6.5 years, and my job is not only to plan volunteer engagement strategies for companies, but to plan volunteer events and experiences down to ensuring the correct number of screwdrivers or paintbrushes are on site the day of the event. I worked tirelessly on this project for months, and I had over 30 volunteers at a school ready to renovate a teacher's lounge and a few classrooms, and it was super early. It might have been like 7 a.m. And as excited and bubbly as I am, I could not get any of my volunteers to even crack half of a smile in the morning. And then I heard someone say from across the room, "Where's the coffee?" And to be honest, I've only had probably about 3 cups of coffee my entire life. So it hadn't even crossed my mind. So I don't even want to tell you I forgot the coffee, because that would have been a complete lie. Although this wasn't a huge ordeal or hurdle, this was a growth moment for me in volunteer engagement. Because as someone who's supposed to make sure that volunteers are having a great experience while doing impactful service work, I should have considered that folks may want coffee at 7 a.m. So you may be able to think of a few growth moments that you experienced while volunteering with the Community Action Network and the Healthy Start program. But the fact that you are still here being celebrated as a volunteer shows that you handled that growth well. And that moment typically leads up to the next moment that I want to discuss. Mission moments. I define a mission moment as that moment you realize that you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. As volunteers, we have all experienced that moment where we're like, wow, this is why I signed up for this. This is why I'm here. And this is why I didn't let go of this volunteer opportunity despite my busy schedule and other commitments or even discouraged moments. It's this beautiful aha moment that reminds you why you started. It takes you back to that life-altering moment that connects you to the mission of the organization, that discouraged moment when you weren't quite sure if you were really making the impact that you set out to make, the growth moment that filled you with humility and reminded you to keep working towards meeting the needs of our communities. Those moments have led you to this moment, your mission moment. There is nothing like it. That moment you're in Target or Walmart and you run into someone you met years ago and you see that they are still thriving and self-sufficient from the assistance and helping hand that you provided. One thing I always say to any of my corporate partners or community groups that I work to, it is all about the impact. And you all have made such a tremendous impact on your community by not only serving, but serving responsibly, which has brought me to my last moment. Celebratory moments. All 4 of the moments that I've mentioned have led us to the moment we're experiencing right now, a celebratory moment. We've worked so hard this year and remained both patient and flexible. But we still understand that there's still so much work to be done. There's still so much to accomplish. And no matter all of the work that we've done, our community still needs us. But this is a moment for us to come together and recharge and prepare for 2021. Today, we get the chance to celebrate successful partnerships, such as the one with the YMCA or House of Refuge, and give kudos to the awardees and incredibly dedicated volunteers like Queen Pitts, who has 22 years of service under her belt, and Brenda White, who has committed her time to the Healthy Start program for over 15 years. This not only speaks volumes in regard to the character of the volunteers of this organization, but it also speaks to the success of the organization overall its volunteer program, its volunteer coordinators and directors who I hope are also soaking in this moment today and celebrating. As we look forward to 2021, I want everyone to understand that we already have the tools and resources that we need to be successful in this new year. We already have experienced the necessary moments that we needed to experience in order to go out and do great work in our communities. But we can't do it alone. We have to collaborate, support, and encourage one another. We have to cheer each other on simply because you never know what moment your fellow volunteers may be experiencing, even right now. So I'm gonna do one more activity with you all before I close out. I'm gonna give you all the opportunity to give some words of encouragement to another volunteer. We're gonna do the same thing again, where we're gonna go to the same website, but this time we're gonna put in a different code. And I just want you to pour into the volunteers that you've been working with all year, your favorite quote, your favorite saying. And this is our time to certainly recharge and support one another as we've worked hard this year. So this time, the website is the same. It's menti.com. But this time we have a different code. That code is 4988811. And I'll say that one more time, and you can put your favorite quote, your favorite Bible verse, whatever you feel on your heart right now. I'll repeat that code again. It is 4988811. And you feel free to go to that website and type in some words of encouragement to our fellow volunteers as we are celebrating each other today. We are excited for one another today. We've made it through the year. We're still wearing our mask and social distancing, but it's definitely still a celebration. So I want you to take the time out to go ahead and write that right from on the Menti website as well. And I will pull that up on the screen. And that is 4988811. And these moments are important because we have not been able to be together as much as we wanted to this year, but we still have work to do and we still have needs to meet in the community. I have stay focused, committed, and you can and will win strong. Awesome. Volunteers do not necessarily have the time, they just have the heart. Elizabeth Andrew, that is an excellent quote because that is very true. You all have been very giving of your time this year, and but your heart is what wins in the end of the day. So definitely appreciate that. Don't stop until you're proud. I love it. I'm gonna leave this up on the screen through the end of my speech with you all. But if you remember nothing from what I've said today, please remember that our communities cannot thrive without you, and that all the moments you've experienced make you the incredible volunteer that you are. You are all so deserving of the recognition, acknowledgement, and appreciation that you're receiving today and throughout the year. Every moment matters, good or bad, big or small. Life-altering moments, the discouraging moments, the growth moments, the mission moments, and the celebratory moments all matter. These moments are a part of our lives, and as long as we're still here on earth, we have plenty more moments on the way. And from all of those moments, there's always something that you can gain or learn. I look forward to keeping up with the impact that you all will continue to make in 2021. Stay consistent and committed, and continue on your mission of strengthening, promoting, and empowering families and communities in your respective service areas. I thank you all for your time. It has truly been a pleasure speaking with you all this afternoon, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your program.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Thank
No
you again for
problem.
joining us today.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you. You all are fantastic.
Okay. Get me a drink. Give me just a second. So next we're going to do the awards. I am very honored this year to be able to read through all these to you guys. I've had the privilege of participating in the volunteer awards for the last couple years. Normally we do it in person and we all get to come up and announce each other. And well, we didn't get to do that this year. We know how important it is to still be able to provide those with recognition in the community for everything that you guys have done. So as we go through and announce, let's see, get this pulled up. Okay, I'm going to leave it right here for a minute. Okay, and as we go through, I'm going to announce, we had an event previously to this for anybody that didn't know, that we went and the volunteers and clients that could, they came and we got their pictures with their awards so that we could really just kind of go through here and really pull them up and recognize them and everything that they have done. So we're going to start by going through the volunteer awards first, and I will present each volunteer along with what our LaCosta Ivy, the Community Action Network coordinator, she has given me something for each volunteer, and then we'll move on to the clients and go through to the end. So first, we're going to do Duncklin County. For Duncklin County, we have Mon and Era Graves. They have been active and CAN volunteers for 22 years. They both believe in the vision and purpose of MBRC and understand the need in the community. The Grays take pride in serving and sharing information with others about CAN and MBRC. Mon and Era Grays, very active in the CAN meetings, even during this Zoom era. We value and appreciate their service. So we have Mr. and Mrs. Grays. And I feel like I need a clap for you guys. I know everybody else isn't necessarily on here, but I want to give you that. And we've got everybody else muted so that everybody can hear me. Okay, next we have Mississippi County, Miss Rosemary Prude. Rosemary Prude has been an active CAN volunteer for 18 years. Miss Prude loves to serve and share information with people in her community about CAN and MBRC programs. She enjoys and remains as an active participant in the CAN meetings. Rosemary has made several referrals for young and pregnant moms to the program just by sharing and spreading her knowledge. Miss Prude has the heart to truly help to make an impact in the lives of young mothers, with the benefit of witnessing their lives changing by their involvement in the programs at MBRC. Rosemary finds pleasure in being helpful by decorating at the MBRC events and CAN, working the sign-in table, and just being involved in CAN any way that she can to help make a difference. So thank you, Miss Rosemary. Next, we have New Madrid County, Miss Brenda Smith. Brenda Smith has been an active volunteer since 2018. She is very involved in CAN and is available if ever needed. Brenda has served at many MBRC events, including CAN. No stranger to working the sign-in table, serving, and so much more. Brenda has participated in many of our CAN meetings as well. We appreciate all that she does and enjoy her presence. Thank you, Miss Brenda. Next, we have Miss Queen Pitts of Pemiscot County. Queen Pitts has been an active CAN volunteer for 22 years. Whenever I talk to her about CAN, she is very kind-hearted and full of joy and enjoys participating in the CAN meetings, as well as sharing information with others about CAN and MBRC programs in her community. Congratulations, Ms. Pitts. Next, we have Scott County, Miss Betty Wilderness Green. She has been an active CAN volunteer since 2013. She is active in attending the CAN meetings as well as in her community. Miss Wilderness Green enjoys decorating and sharing information about CAN and MBRC in her community and surrounding areas. Thank you, Miss Betty. And last, for the volunteers, we have Volunteer of the Year, Shawanda Johnson. Shawanda has been involved with MBRC since 2002, volunteering as a CAN member for 3 years, as well as a contractual worker for 1 year with the Boo Hill Health Alliance program. Ms. Johnson loves to volunteer, so as she again became an active volunteer in 2015. Shawanda is a very committed CAN volunteer, making sure to attend CAN meetings, as well as participating in a lot of events that we have had in the past, such as decorating, working the sign-in table, serving, and so much more. She has provided several referrals for the CAN volunteer program, as well as, always available to help serve. Shawanda always states that if you need any assistance with anything, just let me know. Thank you, Shawanda. Next, we have our Partner of the Year, Miss Jill Mott. Jill Mott has been a CAN volunteer and partner since March of 2020. She has a very bubbly personality and makes efforts to share the CAN with her business, her clients, and the community. She loves to serve and wants to make a difference in the lives of others that she encounters. Miss Mott has opened the doors to her business at J. LeRae Academy of Beauty Art for many workshops and classes with MBRC programs, such as the Power to Prevent Diabetes, as well as the CAN volunteer program. Through this networking event, we even had a few of her students become CAN volunteers. Jill is a great asset to CAN and MBRC, as well as being a partner. Thank you, Miss Jill. Okay. Next, we are going to move on to the client awards. But before we do that, I do want to read a few of the comments that we have in the chat box. So LaCosta told everybody, great job. Joey thanked Brianna for her kind words and her great words. My tongue's getting tied. Mr. Gary, very inspiring words. Thank you. Congratulations. Joey, every one of you are all a rock star. Thanks for all that you do for MBRC. Miss Brianna, it was great speaking with all of us today. Congratulations to the awardees and all the volunteers for a job well done. And Mr. Gary, again, thank you for your contributions to MBRC volunteers. We appreciate all of you. And before I'm gonna move on to the clients, but I wanna stop after this too. The reason I'm stopping, I wanna make sure that everybody that is calling in and that has not been able to view it via Zoom, that also they have an opportunity to hear all the kind words that everybody is saying also. Okay, so next we are gonna get started with our client awards. First, we have Taya Williams of Dunkling County. Taya was nominated because she has kept all of her visits since she has been a client. Taya has been in the program since October 2nd, 2019. She gave birth to a healthy baby boy in April of this year. Since his birth, she has exclusively breastfed her son for 6 months and is still breastfeeding, now supplemented with table foods, baby foods. She has even began to pump her milk and donate it to local milk banks. Taya says regularly that she encourages other moms to also join the program as well. Congratulations, Taya. Next, we have Christy Kraus of Mississippi County. She has been a Healthy Start participant since November of 2019. She has successfully completed the prenatal program and is currently enrolled in the interconceptional program. Upon entry, Christy has kept all of her visits with her case manager and is active in all of the visits. She is enrolled in taking GED classes online. Christy keeps a constant communication with her case manager, participates in events when she can, and updates her case manager on any changes, and keeps the case manager updated on what is going on in her life as well as her daughter's development. Congratulations, Christy. Next, we have Maria Young of New Madrid County. Maria was nominated because she has been an extremely compliant client. She always updates her case manager on any changes and texts regularly updates on her son. She has accepted a mental health referral through our program and is an active participant in all of her visits. She is extremely receptive to education and always asks questions for more information. Maria has been in the program since August 20th, 2019. She gave birth to a baby boy in November of last year while in the program. Maria consistently reads to her son and says that his favorite books are Dr. Seuss. Congratulations, Maria. Next, we have Kisa Green of Pemiscot County. Kisa was nominated because since she has been a client, she has been very compliant and kept all of her home visits. She has been in the program since December 12th, 2019. She has developed a successful co-parenting relationship with the father of her baby, and she actively involves him in their daughter's life, even though they are not together. Kisa successfully breastfed her daughter for about 3 months after she was born while in the program. Kisa has gone from a high-risk client to a moderate-risk client. Throughout the program, Kisa has read increasingly more and continues to read to her baby, and her daughter is hitting all of the milestones, her developmental milestones. Congratulations, Kisa. Okay, next, we have Danielle Pride of Scott County. She was a Healthy Start participant in December of 2018. Upon entry, she has kept all visits with her case manager and actively participated in all of the visits. She has successfully completed the prenatal program and interconceptional program. Danielle has attended a lot of the MBRC events and workshops and kept constant communication with her case manager. Danielle's son aged out of the program and completed the program in December of 2020. Congratulations, Danielle. And last, we have our client of the year, Miss Elena Torres. Elena Torres was a Healthy Start participant in April of 2018 and completed the program March 2020. Upon entry, Elena was very compliant during her time in the program and kept all of her home visits. She developed a healthy and successful co-parenting relationship with the father of her baby. Elena gave birth to a healthy baby boy. She successfully breastfed her son for 18 months. She successfully obtained employment. She utilized all of the referrals and resources available to her through the Healthy Start program. During her time in the program, she successfully joined the First Love Yourself support group and the Community Action Network. During her time in the program, Elena has helped to recruit and recommend new enrollees into the Healthy Start program, has shown dedication and willingness to be empowered through the education that she has received in the program. Congratulations, Elena. Okay. I'm going to pull up our comments before I get closed. So LaCosta asked if any of the volunteers that can't send a message to the chat, they can text her at 573-380-7016, and that she can share any questions or comments in the chat box. And so if anybody wants to do that, I will give you guys a few minutes as I go through my closing remarks, and then I can re-pull up the chat box and revisit that. So if you have any questions for Brianna, if you have anything that you would like to add or anything like that, feel free to text LaCosta at 573-380-7016. Mr. Gary posted and said, congratulations to the clients on your awards. You are the reason that MBRC exists. Congratulations again. Thank you, Mr. Gary, for your kind words. Okay, let's see. So while I give a couple minutes for anybody else that wants to post anything in the chat box, I will go ahead and give my closing remarks. So we have the dates for the evaluations. I'm going to get those sent out to everybody today by 5:30. That will be, you'll just go through and answer those and I will receive those. And then you'll have until January 3rd at 5 p.m. to complete the evaluation. The gift card winner will be selected randomly from those that complete it, and we will do the drawing and notify you by 5 p.m. on January 4th by email. And then again, everybody will get a certificate of completion for attending today's event, which will also be sent by 5 p.m. on January 4th. And if anybody that wasn't here in the beginning, I just want to announce again that I will be sending out a recording of today's workshop. And also, if I don't have your email, this workshop will be available, or event, whatever, whichever you want to call it, on the MBRC website. So if you want to show any of your family or friends for that recognition that you got today, or want to share it with anybody else, it will be uploaded by 5 p.m. on January 4th under the recent events on the MBRC website. I'm also going to resend out the program that has the names and the PowerPoint that has the pictures. Also, I mentioned previously that we had the event at the Bowden Center to take pictures. Those are going to all be uploaded onto the website and will be available under the Community Action Network page on the MBRC site. And I can make sure that you guys get the link to that as well when I send out the recording and everything from today's event. I want to thank Brianna again for her time. I want to thank everybody for their time that participated and joined today's phone call. I want to say congratulations again to everybody that received awards. I don't have a slide on this, but also in the program, we did have a thing in there for like everybody that received a certificate as well, for all of the other volunteers that have put in their time. So we have highlighted a few of the volunteers today, but we have a lot of volunteers that make the Community Action Network a success. And so everybody received a certificate, and we have recognized everybody in the program with a list of their names as well. Okay, so Lester added that this was a great celebration and congrats to everybody on all the awards. Shawanda wanted to tell everybody congratulations, that it's a pleasure meeting you all, never a dull moment, and that she loves each and every one of you. Good job, Rhonda. Thank you, Mr. Gary. From Joan, congratulations to all of you. Well deserved. Looking forward to a better, happier, healthier, and prosperous year to come. Absolutely, absolutely. From Joey, congratulations and thank you to all of our participants. You guys are the lifeblood of this organization. Absolutely. We literally could not do what we do without you guys. You are so important. let's see. I'm gonna check and see if I have everybody muted on my end or if people can be unmuted. Okay. So I want to thank everybody again for coming. What I'm gonna do, this isn't something I typically do, but we do have time still. So I have marked the selection to where everybody can unmute themselves. So if anybody wants to add anything and unmute yourselves, you are more than welcome to do so. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope everybody is safe and has a great new year. And thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the call. So it will end and I'm not seeing, oh, hold on, we got another comment. So from Vanessa Frazier, congratulations everyone and happy holidays. And from Mr. Grace, he said, thank you.